Last time I made a video, I said that I would come back and make a double header special for the end of the season because mathematically it's possible that we could have reached a playoff position, and what a comeback that would have been. And we've got two really easy games to play, and yeah, it's not gone well. We are 2 games left. We are 7 points behind a playoff position, so mathematically it is impossible to reach the playoff positions. But we're going to come back and we're going to see what the last 2 games go like. It would be really disappointing if we literally miss out by a point or 2. Since our last video, which was a 3-1 win against Bristol, we are unbeaten. We drew really, really frustratingly 0-0 away against Wigan, which, you know, if we would have won that, it would have been a little bit closer. But since then, we've beaten West Brom 3-1 away, which I think was a fantastic result. And we absolutely thumped Birmingham 6-0 at home. And you can see there, Mustafa Cisse actually got a hat-trick. So this new tactic really does seem to be working. I say new tactic, it's last season's tactic, but the changing of the tactic seems to really work. And I'm just a little bit gutted that I've probably left it a game or 2 too late. I'm thinking maybe I should have changed it around Sheffield United or Huddersfield and things would have been a little bit different. But it does look like, well, it doesn't look like we are going to be in the Championship for another season. And we'll play the final 2 games and we'll have a quick look at the squad and see what the focuses are going to be for a transfer activity over the summer. We've got QPR, Coventry, 2, what I would say relatively not easy, but, you know, doable games. So let's just jump straight in. This is QPR away next up. So this is it. Straight into a highlight, and it's Ender Stevens with a throw. Finds Bastida and Broniuto in the penalty area to Llewellyn. Easily. 1 minute gone. It's 1-0 Derby. That was Llewellyn's 14th goal of the season. Does it get much quicker than that? Like literally just over a minute gone and we're already 1-0 up. Oh, I'm so gutted that I didn't change to this tactic a little bit sooner. That was a really well taken goal actually. Llewellyn's been a really good signing. I know that he cost me over 2 million and it's a bit deceiving because his stats aren't incredible, but he's really come up with the goods this season. 14 goals for a midfielder. Oh, I mean I thought that was going to go in. I don't know how that didn't go in, to be fair. That could have been easily 1-1. I think that hit the bar and hit the keeper. And then the second follow-up shot was stopped by the keeper at point-blank range. So, yeah. But, yeah, Llewellyn has done really well. I'm really pleased with what he's done. Whether he's going to be long-term in Derby's jersey, I'm not too sure. But we'll have to see. But if not, then there's definitely some value added to his name after this season. I think he's done fantastic. It's a corner for QPR. We are taking a little bit of pressure here at the minute. And Derby do seem to be able to get rid of it. And it's Ronan into field. Dummett on the left. And then a highlight stopped. And it's back straight into a Derby highlight. It's McClelland across the pitch to CK. Bird finds Sibley on the right, who goes over the top, tries to find Cisse but can't, and Llewellyn picks it up on the left. What can Llewellyn do with it now? He gets the ball taken off him. That's exactly what happens to him. And Norton picks the ball up again. And down the line to Delap on the right. Takes his time back to Ronan. Crosses it into Parl, who takes it into the area. And CK manages to deal with that again. And CK gets rid of it and kicks it out to Cisse. Sibley's biding his time on the right. He finds Broniuto. What can Broniuto do with it? He's dribbling about with it. And Bastida gets his shot off, but it hits the QPR defender. I mean, this is a long highlight for essentially nothing. That was a really long highlight. And it's straight back into a QPR highlight. Richards picks the ball up. Takes it out wide to Parl, and Wildsmith gets a hand on it. Good save. I mean, there's a lot of action, but not a lot of action at the same time. Another QPR corner, and McClelland heads it out for another corner. And again, Wildsmith with the save there. Let me just... I'm going to change these, actually. It's because when I've watched it back, the pitch looks a little bit far for you guys watching it on smaller screens like your phones and stuff. So I've zoomed in a little bit. Hopefully that makes it a little bit better. Bastida to Cisse. And Cisse gets his 7th goal of the season. It's not going to be chalked off. It won't count. So Cisse has had about 6 or 7 goals chalked off for offside so far. So I wonder whether there's something in his positioning that needs working on, because he always seems to be offside. But that was a really well taken goal. 31 minutes, we've had 9 shots, 5 on target, and nearly 70% possession. Oh no, God, that's QPR. QPR's had nearly 70% possession. We've had 4 shots. Completely misreading that. But we are ahead. They are dominating the game a little bit, though. It's half time. I'm just going to say dig in, and let's just see what comes from it. We need more possession in the second half. Right. 47 minutes gone. I'm reading the right side now. 36% possession. We need to get something out of this. Llewellyn down the right-hand side. Finds Sibley. Crosses it into Buonaiuto. Doesn't get there. And QPR have the ball now. And they're playing out from the back. Across the pitch to Dummett. They're taking their time, aren't they, with it? Tries to find Delap, but we seem to be able to deal with it. But then we give it away straight away, and Ronan is on the right-hand side. Back to Norton. Parl, who drives it just wide. I mean, we are riding our luck a little bit here. Mustafa Cisse is on a 6.3, as is Sibley. So I'm going to bring them off after this highlight. Parl with the ball. Cross the pitch to Ronan, who finds Neto. Straight to the Derby defender, McClellan. But Buonaiuto then picks the ball up. Sibley's giving chase, but he's not going to make it. And QPR clear the ball, but it's only as far as CK and Bird. Sibley over the top to Cisse again. And Cisse does get his 8th goal of the season. Maybe I don't bring Cisse off then. I can't bring Cisse off now. Who got the assist then? Was that Sibley? Was that the 2 people that I was going to... Maybe they heard me. Maybe they heard what I said. Yeah, it was. It was Sibley over the top to Cisse. First touch on the half volley. Straight in for 2-0. And it has been against the run of play. 36% possession. 2-0 up. Buonaiuto with a corner. Only as far as the first man. Heads out, but Buonaiuto picks it back up again. Is he going to go for a long shot? Yes. But it's closer to the corner flag than it is the corner of the net. Let's have a look at some substitutions. People have been playing okay, to be fair. So I'm just wondering if there's an opportunity to bring someone on. I'm going to bring Tresoldi on for Cisse. Tresoldi, by the way, is officially, according to our staff, our best striker at the minute, which is interesting. And I'm going to bring Thibaut Person. I am going to do the Sibley and Cisse change, and bring Person and Tresoldi on, and we are in for a QPR goal. Rob Dickey from the corner, easy as you like, gets up, heads it, slots it home. 2-1. We are away. We have got plenty of time, so we do need to be a little bit careful that they don't make a comeback. So, straight into another. And it's 2-2. It's 2-2. Everything's collapsed. Benkovic looks massive, though. Look at him. He looks really tall. And Wildsmith didn't even know what was happening there. He just let the ball go straight past him. Right, okay. What are we doing now? I need to fire them up. Fire up. Tresoldi and Person aren't really doing anything. This is really I mean, I want to say it's not deserved, but it definitely is deserved. They've absolutely dominated today. It's full time. It's 2-2. To be fair, we were lucky to get 2 goals out of that. We're lucky to get the draw. They did. They dominated. 18 shots, 10 on target, 61% of the possession. We were clinical with the shots on target that we did have. We had a goal disallowed by Cisse as well, so I don't know whether to be happy with that. I think I probably am looking at the stats. Let's head over to the next game, which is Coventry away, and let's just end this season and see where we get. Let's have a look at the transfer budget that we get, and we can have a look at what our targets would be for next season. So we're here, the final game of the season. We're playing Coventry, and I think that was a good time because there's nothing that we can do to influence our position on the table. I think now is a good time to just play a few of our younger people, the future of Derby. We've got the likes of Malan Gomez, Alvaro Bastida, we've got Asconi in defence. We're going to play Tresoldi up front because, like I said in the last match, he's now officially our main striker with a 3.5-star rating with a 5-star potential. His stats don't actually look that bad. They have really improved over the last season. So yeah, we have got some good news as well. Curtis Davis, our veteran 39-year-old defender who is retiring at the end of the season. He is fit enough to play 45 minutes, and so he's on the bench. I thought it'd be a good time to say a farewell to him and to end his career. He's been with Derby since 2017-18. We bought him for 500k, and he has had spells at Hull, Aston Villa, West Brom. He was bought for $9.5 million by Aston Villa in 2008. So yeah, it's time to say goodbye to Curtis Davis and to pass the baton over to the likes of Asconi and Sam McClelland. So this is the lineup, and yeah, let's see out this interesting season. There was points where we were second, and no, I don't think we were ever as high as second, but third and fourth in the league, and we dropped right down to 10th, and we've managed to just miss out on the playoffs. But yeah, very, very close season. Let's go and end out this game in style, have a little bit of fun, get some youth players on, and let's see what happens. So this is it. Derby v Coventry. We are 4 minutes in. We've had 2 shots on target, and I am reading the right side this time. 71% of the possession. There's been no highlights yet, though, which is strange. We are 20 minutes in and nothing's happened so far. Highlight worthiness. Here we go. It's a Derby highlight with Restes with the ball. Plays it out to Asconi, who gives the... What the hell was that? What the hell was that? Asconi, what are you playing at, mate? Restes kicks the ball out to Asconi. First touch. And Gyökeres just takes the ball and goes, thanks, mate. Is it Christmas? Right, Malan Gomez out to CK on the right. Back to Malan Gomez. Person runs inside the pitch, tries to find Sibley. He does, and Tresoldi is going to take it, but Moore tips it over the bar. That would have been a nice little goal, that, if that would have gone in. We've got Buonaiuto with the corner now. He's going to look for the near post. And nothing happens. And McKinstry now has the ball. It's 1v2, 1v3. But McKinstry looks like he's... There we go. I was going to say it looks like he's going to beat our entire defence. But Bastida manages to intercept him. That scoreline does push us down to 9th, which isn't great. I am going to have to do a bit of an encouraging shout to get them fired up again. It looks like we're going to go and head into half-time 1-0 down. And we are. This is a bit of an anticlimax for a show, isn't it? We have 58% of the possession, 5 shots, 4 on target. They've had 5 and 3, so it's a bit of an evenly played out game so far. I want them to give everything they've got and dig in. We're better than this, and we all know it. Show them that in the second half. Let's do this. Come on. We are playing a bit of a B team at the minute, so you know I'm not expecting rainbows and unicorns from this game, but I'm expecting a little bit of something. So we've got a highlight here, and it looks like Person has knocked it down to Trasoldi, who finds Buonaiuto. Can he? He hits the post. He hits the post. That would have been really nice. That would have been very nice. Okay, it's 65 minutes. I think it's time to bring Asconi off. He's having a shocker 6.2 rating. And let's say farewell to Curtis Davis and see out his career, hopefully with a little bit of a clean sheet for him in the last 25 or so minutes. We've got Buonaiuto with a highlight here. Whips it in, but doesn't really go anywhere. Bastida's got the ball, who finds Trasoldi. No, he doesn't find Trasoldi. Coventry end up mopping it up, but Person does have the ball on the right wing. He's going to take it in, and Trasoldi gets his 9th goal of the season on the volley. It is 1-1. Can we come back and get a win out of this? Can we come back and get out a win? That was a nicely little taken goal, actually. Person has really impressed, actually. He's got a few assists in the last couple of games. If I remembered, I'll bring up his stats. He's played. I'm quite pleased with him, considering he only cost us 180,000. He's done a really good job, I think, this year, and he can play right winger or right back as well. So, yeah, pleased with that. We are back into a highlight. It is a Coventry possession at the minute on the left wing. Bate crosses it in, and Gyökeres heads it past Restes. Restes does get a hand on it, but he kind of punches it into his own net, or the ball slips through his grasp, and it is 2-1 to Coventry. So let's get some people on. Let's get I've not really got anyone to bring on that can change the game. Let's take Max Bird and put him on for Malan Gomez, and let's get Sam McClelland on for Aaron Cashin. $80 minutes. It is 2-1 to Coventry. This is a massive anticlimax for an end of season show. And it looks like, I was going to say, it looks like we're going to go into full time, 2-1 down, but it is a Coventry corner. Allen is going to whip it in by the looks of it. He's taking his time. And I thought it was going to be 3-1 then. Lucky. It is 2-1. Let's fire them up for the final couple of minutes. And nothing happens. And that is the end of the season. We were defeated by Coventry at home, which is poor. And yeah, that's the end of the championship season. It's a bit strange because we can go and thump Birmingham 6-0, and then we can get beat 2-1 by Coventry. We do finish the season in 9th place. 69 points, 10 points away from the playoff position. But for a team that has just been promoted, who have just had to do a whole squad rebuild, you saw how many players I had to buy in the summer. Don't forget, all our loan players left us at the end of the season. They didn't want to come back, so we lost the likes of Lewis Dobbin, who got like 16 assists for us. For a team who's done a whole squad rebuild, to finish 9th in the championship is pretty amazing. And I think we've got a good foundation of players now to build upon over the summer. So let's have a look at how much the board are going to give us so that we know how much we've got to play with. I'll have a look at the squad planner, and I'll talk you through the gaps in the team that I think I'm going to target over the summer for transfer-wise. So this email has just come through. The board have set the initial budgets for next season. They've given us 3.41 million transfer budget for next season, which isn't a lot. It isn't what I wanted, really. And it may be, you might have noticed that we have been hemorrhaging money over the last couple of months. If I just try and show you that, look. We are massively in the red. If you 9.3 million in the red. So that probably has something to do with it. what did we get told? Our wages are going to be 325k a week, and currently we've got 305 spending, so we've got space for about 20k's worth of players. I don't know whether I'm going to have to sell some people. I might have to sell some people to get a little bit of extra budget. So if you've got any ideas on who think is surplus to requirements, let's just have a look at the squad. If we have a look at the squad and sort it by average rating, you can see Malan Gomez, Cisse is going to be gone soon anyway because his loan's going to finish. Llewellyn, Collins, Persin, Max Bird have all been over 7, which is a little bit disappointing. I would have expected a few more people to be averaging at least 7. But who are the poorest performers here? Restes, but he has only had like 3 starts, so I suppose though he has been playing poorly. Craig Forsyth, he wants to leave anyway, so we could sell him, although we're only going to get 7k for him. Greg Kilty, Liam Thompson. Liam Thompson is a bit of a strange one because he's 22, he's got 4-star potential, but his stats don't blow me away. And I think I've got better options, so maybe Liam Thompson is someone that I could sell. If I could get 5 million for him, I'd be happy. So I'm thinking of selling him. Who else have we got? Ender Stevens. I'm not sure. I need to have a look at that. Ali Abdi is definitely someone that I think I need to get rid of. I've actually demoted him down to the under-21s because he was kicking off, and his average rating was something like 6.2 or something like that, which is, so Ali Abdi will be going. I just don't know how much I'm going to get for him. But looking at this, there aren't a lot of players that I would be happy to be happy to lose, and I think that's just because I've just bought them and I don't want to have to build that position again. Curtis Davis is going. Louis Sibley, we did get an offer for him in the first season from Southampton, but he turned it down. He is worth 8.5 to nearly 10 million now. So if someone came in for Louis Sibley and offered me top bins for him, then I'd probably take it. Let's have a look at the team planner, and let's have a look for places where there is lack of depth. Now, in goal, I'm not 100% happy with Joe Wildsmith. I just think he's a little bit unreliable. So if I can, I'll be looking for a replacement keeper. Someone who can take the number 1 shirt, ideally. Now, we have got Mate Kovar, who we bought from Manchester United. He's only 23 years old. His stats don't look too bad, and probably the same lacking areas as Joe Wildsmith. But he doesn't have a work permit, and we kind of need him to get some playing time in a different country to get a work permit. But no one seems to want him. Now, we only bought him for £105,000. And this says that he's worth 4.3 to 6 mil. So I think I'm going to try and offer him out on loan over this summer. And if maybe 3 weeks before the season starts, we haven't got a loan offer for him, I might offer him out for a sale and see if we can get 4 mil for him. If we can, then that will be great, because that's 4 mil for a player that we paid 100 grand for that can't play because he's not got a work permit. So that's an option. I think looking at centre-back, Curtis Davis is going, Abankwah is going to be going, Ender Stevens and CK are wingers, and Craig Forsyth looks like he wants to go anyway because he doesn't want to play for us anymore. So that leaves us with 1, 2, 3 centre-backs. So I'm thinking we're probably going to need to look for 1 or 2 centre-backs to be kind of backup defenders here. That will keep me a little bit more reassured. And they could be loans again like Abankwah. I'm not really too fussed, but I'm quite happy with the core of Cashin, Asconi and McClelland. As far as wing-backs are concerned, we're looking really thin on the ground. Ali Abdi is going to be gone because I really don't like the way that he's performed. And I don't think Ender Steven is good enough to start. I think that is one place where we should be building on. We have only got a 2-star ability in that position, so possibly a backup left back and a loan intake like what we've done here. As for right back, we have got Jason Knight, we've got Thibaut Persson, and we've got Hugo CK. I think I'm okay with that. I think 3 right backs is fine. So I don't think that is an area that we're going to be focusing on. Our quality is 3 stars. Maybe if next season we do move into the Premiership, fingers crossed, then that is one area that we could maybe then build upon and look to get a better kind of player. But I think 3 in right back is fine. Left wing, we have got Sibley, Buonaiuto and Llewellyn, and depends on what happens with Kiltie. I think the only thing that I need to watch out for is they can also play in the centre and on the right as well. So that doesn't necessarily mean that I've got 3 left wingers. You know, all 3 of them could be playing. So on the right wing, we have got Thibaut Persson, who joins the ranks at that position. People like Jason Knight can play in the centre behind the attacker. So maybe one loan signing for the left who can play maybe in a couple of positions across the front might be worth looking at. And then up front we do have James Collins, Nicolo Trasoldi, Cisse's loan is going to end, and we have Jamie Llewellyn who can play up front. But again, if we do lose a striker through injury or whatever, let's say we're relying on Trasoldi, can Llewellyn be the backup if he's then going to be expected to play in midfield? So again, maybe a loan signing up front. So I'm thinking my main permanent signings need to be someone in left back, someone in goal, and where I've said possibly a loan signing, if there's someone permanent available, then looking at them. Let me know what you think. Is that the right plan of action to be taking? I know that this video is a little bit longer than normal, and I know that it's been a bit of an anticlimax, but I apologise for that. But let me know if there's any areas that you think I should be looking at. Let me know as well if you want a video that doesn't have a match. I can do a video as well which literally just shows me scouring through the markets and trying to find players, trying to negotiate deals, make signings. If that's something that you're interested in, then let me know. But other than that, I will be back just before the season to let you know the updates that we've got, the people that we've bought, whether we've changed any tactics or anything like that. And yeah, until then, I'll see you then. Take care, look after yourselves, and goodbye.